Coming up on DC News Now, pandemonium in the district. The trio of beloved bears leaving the National Zoo for the final time. We're live with reaction from mourners.
Also, election fallout in Virginia. Democrats win both houses under Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin.
I'm a little disappointed.
What the blue wave means for his legacy.
Another surge of warmth is coming on Thursday. We'll let you know if any records could be tested across the DMV.
The new details on Initiative 82 as restaurant owners and tipped workers remain divided 1 year after it was passed.
And the most important opinion is your own. Morning anchor Corey James is talking about self-worth on this Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. Today, a final farewell for some of DC's favorite zoo residents. Right now, the National Zoo's giant pandas there are on a long flight back to China, Mark.
And Lisa, after calling the zoo home for decades, some of the pandas' biggest fans are feeling sentimental after today's big send-off.
Randy Bass joining us live from the National Zoo right now. Randy, a lot of emotions about their departure today, especially considering pandas have been around in the district for more than 50 years.
Yeah, Mark, Annalisa, certainly a sentimental send-off for those pandas. They've been the star attraction here at the National Zoo for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. People I talked to today tell me they feel like they've grown up right alongside DC's famous giant pandas.
A long history coming to an abrupt end.
We're very sad. Everybody's sad.
For some, Meisheng, Qiantian, and Xiao Qiji feel like family.
So such an emotional time. Then I've been here for so many times and watched them grow in, the family bondings, then suddenly they're leaving.
Now rolling into a new adventure thousands of miles away.
They're going home, so we're happy for them to go back to the real homeland.
Panda fans knew it was coming, but didn't know it would be so soon.
I called the zoo over the weekend. They said they'd be here till the 15th, so we drove 6 hours away and find out this morning that they're leaving this morning, so I'm a little disappointed in that.
I had plans to go see them Friday and Saturday, and I've already seen them twice.
Instead, today fans saw them loaded into crates and onto trucks, headed to Dulles Airport to board the so-called Panda Express.
A really big day for me and for all the panda fans.
One final goodbye.
I hope to see you again. Love you.
Before heading halfway around the world.
And as for this next chapter here at the National Zoo, major renovations are underway at the giant panda exhibit, getting ready for whatever is to come next, whether that's more pandas or completely and totally new animals. At the airport today, we had the chance to catch up with so many panda fans, the Panda Guard, they called themselves, some of them live streaming everything that was happening from touchdown to takeoff. They just wanted to capture every moment, saying that millions of people back home in China were watching these streams. They tell us they're expecting a very warm welcome for these pandas when they touch down in Chengdu tomorrow. Live in Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. And to better understand the history of the pandas in the U.S., let's take a look at the timeline of their journey. The pandas have served as a sort of a middleman for diplomacy between China and the U.S. since a dinner party back in 1972. And that's according to the Washington Post. And that's when male and female pandas arrived at Maryland's Andrews Air Force Base at 18 months old.
Now, only 4 pandas remain in the U.S. after today. Those are in Atlanta. They're scheduled for departure for China next year. U.S. and Chinese officials have not openly commented on the matter. China's loan agreements with U.S. zoos, which included the pandas, have reportedly expired. This comes as the CEO of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums says tensions between the U.S. and China are at a much higher level than in 2010.
And new tonight, a student was airlifted from Stafford High School after an altercation with another student. And officials there say, and county sheriffs confirmed the incident this afternoon. The student, who was not flown to the hospital, was taken into custody. Principal Alan Hicks sent a letter to parents asking parents to track down and remove any video of the incident from their children's devices.
All right, switching gears, taking a live look outside at Reagan National here at 4:05. Looking sunny still here at 4:05. Mark and Damon.
And yeah, let's head over now to meteorologist Damon Matson with the first look at our forecast. Damon, how are things looking right now?
Well, guys, another sunny day is nearly behind us here. What a beautiful one it turned out to be on this Wednesday. But this time around, well, we're riding this temperature roller coaster, and we took ourselves into a dip today. We started out with some chilly readings this morning, upper 30s, Frederick, Winchester, and then we had those 40s hanging on to the east. Southern Maryland even stayed in the 50s. But yeah, you needed that light jacket as you kicked off the day, and some of us might have even had to keep that light jacket going into the rest of the afternoon as it stayed cooler than yesterday, mostly in the 60s. That's where our temperatures stand at this hour. Martinsburg and Hagerstown still at 58, and then we have some slightly warmer readings in the upper 60s as you go down toward central Virginia. So all in all, it was a slightly cooler day, but we did get to enjoy that sunshine, and we'll turn that over into a clear sky going into the night tonight as temperatures do fall off just a little bit here this evening through the 60s back into the 50s. Now, folks, tomorrow is going to be another rather warm day across the region, and it could even be record-breaking. Record highs for tomorrow's date for Dulles, Reagan, BWI, all in the upper 70s, and that is where our forecast highs look to potentially be. So, again, just how warm are we expecting to get tomorrow, and is there still some rainfall on the way for Friday? We'll have a full check of your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and we're continuing our coverage of the hotly contested election night in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
That's right. Every seat in the state Senate and House of Delegates was up for grabs, and Democrats claimed victory in several key races, flipping the House blue and maintaining their control of the Senate.
And those key races in Northern Virginia, 1st Senate District 31 in Loudoun County, Democrat Russet Perry claiming victory over Governor Glenn Youngkin-backed Republican Juan Pablo Segura.
Also, the 30th district in Prince William County, there where Democratic delegate Danica Rome defeated another Youngkin-backed Republican Bill Wolf. Rome becoming the first openly transgender member of the state Senate after being the first transgender member of the House of Delegates.
And in a tight race in the 27th district, Republican Tara Durant narrowly defeated Democratic challenger Joel Griffin. That race was too close to call last night and was called earlier today.
So where does the balance of power stand in both houses right now? Let's take a look at the state Senate first, where Democrats currently hold a 21-18 lead with 73% of the votes in there. Again, that's a hold for the Democratic Party.
But the major change in the state House, Democrats flipping the balance of power with 59% of the vote. They hold a 51-46 majority, giving them control of both houses in Richmond.
All right, many now are saying last night dealt a significant blow to Governor Glenn Youngkin and his conservative agenda.
And that included a proposed 15-week ban on abortion that became a rallying cry for Democrats pushing abortion rights protections. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming has been covering the midterm elections, and he is live in Reston, Virginia.
And Leonard, Governor Glenn Youngkin expressed some disappointment today. What else are you learning?
Mark and Annalisa, Governor Glenn Youngkin crisscrossed the state in his campaign bus to try to recreate the magic that swept him in the office in 2021. But that strategy didn't work, abortion being the main reason that voters came out and rejected him and his agenda and put the Democrats in firm control of the General Assembly. Governor Youngkin put it all on the line. He asked Virginia voters to give him Republican legislators to work with. At the top of his conservative agenda, limiting abortion at 15 weeks, except in the cases of rape, incest, or health of the mother. But it was abortion, experts and voters say, that energized Democrats, and he lost both houses of the General Assembly. Here is Larry Sabato of the University of Virginia on Youngkin's new political reality.
I think the abortion rights issue is the cause of what happened last night in Virginia. Governor Youngkin now is an automatic lame duck. He's got 2 years remaining on his 1 4-year term as governor. He has neither house of the legislature. He's going to have to rely on executive actions and orders because very little of what he wants will pass the legislature.
Earlier today in Richmond, the governor said he was disappointed by the election results, but said he is committed to working with Democrats to get things done for Virginians. Guys?
Well, Leonard, some experts have predicted that Governor Youngkin may run for president. How does this affect his future aspirations?
Well, if the governor has any future presidential aspirations, they are certainly dashed right now because ultimately it really depended. This abortion issue was a litmus test on him being able to push that issue forward and use it nationally. That's not going to happen. So now his focus will be working with Democrats for the remainder of his term. Reporting from Reston, Virginia, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. Well, along with both state houses, last night's elections will bring massive changes on the local level as well. After years of turmoil on the Loudoun County School Board, voters chose an entirely new board, voting out the only 2 incumbents in that race. Haley Mylon covers Northern Virginia for us. She has a look at the future of the school board.
After years of political fighting and dramatics thrust the Loudoun County School Division into the national spotlight, 9 new school board members will take over the helm here in January. The school board came under fire for its handling of pandemic-era school shutdowns, mask requirements, and vaccination policies. All while a political battle brewed over progressive transgender student policies, like students being allowed to use the bathroom aligning with their gender identity. The division's handling of a series of sexual assaults led to a criminal conviction of since-fired Superintendent Scott Ziegler. Representative Harris Mehedevi of the Ashburn District lost his seat to Deanna Griffin. Former teacher and independent Lauren Chernoff beat Democratic incumbent Erica Ogadegbe for the Leesburg seat. Chernoff says it's time for the school district to get back to the basics.
They said yesterday no to a politically controlled ideology and instead traded it in for someone who has worked in the hallways and the classrooms of our Loudoun County Public Schools, someone who offers a bridge. I don't claim to be perfect or that I'm going to save Loudoun County Public Schools.
Ahead on our next hour of news, I'll have more reaction on the changing of the guard here at the school district. For now, reporting from Loudoun County, Haley Mylon, DC News Now.